Hello guys, and welcome to another video, and today I will be doing one last tour, one last look at the Wii U eShop. So it's kind of sad and disappointing that Nintendo is shutting it down, but I kind of wanted to get one more look at it and see what state it is in now when it is shutting down, and as of today, it will be shutting down. So let's go ahead and take a look. So yeah, as you can see here, when you start it up, it does like a little puzzle thing where you can kind of like match the different photos. But yeah, you can already see that it has so much more personality to it than the Switch eShop, and it feels faster to control too. Like you can kind of like flip through the different games and things more. Like the design is much better here in my opinion. Um, I mean, maybe like objectively the Switch version is kind of laid out in a more like simple way, I guess, but I mean it does feel more fluid here, which I like. And yeah, so yeah, it kind of highlights Breath of the Wild here, which was like the last major Wii U game. And then on charts here, I'm kind of curious to see which games are up here. So Spirit Tracks is the top game that is selling right now. Then Pushmo, DuckTales Remastered, which is only $2.99. That's a good deal. And then some other ones here. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, the games that are kind of on the top here. And it kind of makes sense that there would be so many of like these like digital exclusive games and virtual console games due to the fact that it's shutting down and everything. But yeah, there's probably a lot more people using the Wii U eShop than there normally is, so it's probably like more active right now. But yeah, Super Mario RPG is up there. That's not on the Switch. Kind of surprised that it isn't on the SNES Online thing yet, and a little disappointing that it isn't. Then Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD are also up there, since they're not on the Switch. Both of those games aren't on the Switch. The Dr. Luigi, another exclusive, Duck Hunt, which Sophie will probably be happy about that it's selling. Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, Metroid Prime Trilogy. I mean, I feel like most of the games fairly soon might be ported to the Switch, but it is good like to get it now. Kind of be guaranteed to have like all the games and everything, because we don't know for sure that Nintendo will be putting Metroid Prime 2 and 3 on the Switch. And also Zero Mission. This will probably come to Switch soon, but yeah, it kind of makes sense why it's still on here. But yeah, kind of moving down here, there's also the Nintendo Selects that I kind of wanted to look at. I was kind of curious to see which games were included here, because I kind of forgot. Yeah, Wind Waker HD. And one thing that's interesting about the Wii U eShop is the fact that it has 3DS games, even though you can't purchase them from the Wii U eShop. Kind of weird, but I guess it's just kind of like advertising them here, and it's the same basic infrastructure. Like, your balance kind of carries over between the two eShops, so I guess it kind of makes sense a little bit, but it's still kind of weird. But yeah, NES Remix games are underrated. But yeah, not many games on Nintendo Selects. So yeah, scrolling down here, there's also like series-specific games like Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, Kirby, Sonic, Lego games, different things like that. One thing that I always liked about the Wii U eShop is the fact that they highlight Paper Mario on the RPG section. Let's take a look at that for a second. So yeah, some of these are virtual console games. There weren't many games on the Wii U that were like full RPGs. I mean, I know there were a few notable ones, but most of these tend to be like virtual console games and re-releases and things like that, and also third-party games as well. So you could see that here. And then kind of going down here, there's like things, and then the virtual console games. So I kind of like how they have them into different sections here to kind of scroll through them easily. I always like to look through the different virtual console games a few years ago. And yeah, like the NES, SNES, GBA, and N64, those are all on the Switch, but the DS games were on the Wii U and everything, and it kind of makes sense since it has like the touchscreen and everything on the Wii U gamepad. So there weren't too many DS games on here, like there were 31. I think that's a decent amount. There are a few notable ones missing, like Bowser's Inside Story, as well as the Pokemon games, but there is a pretty good selection here, like the Zelda games, Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, 64DS, New Super Mario Bros., which is definitely a version of New Super Mario Bros. That I like to play when recording. I mean, I use an emulator occasionally, but this is the version I usually use to stream from. But yeah, pretty nostalgic game. Pretty nostalgic to see the DS games here, because I grew up with the original versions of them. But yeah, another thing that the Wii U had was Wii Games, because you could actually download the Wii games, but you'd have to open up the Wii menu in order to play them. Kind of funny to see Resident Evil 4 on the top here, since that actually got a remake recently. But scrolling down here, there's various different ones, like different popular ones like Galaxy 2, as well as like the Pikmin games, which were actually GameCube games originally, but these are like the Wii new play control versions of them. And Super Paper Mario, great game. But yeah, I'm glad they kind of gave you the option to download some Wii games directly on here. I wish the Switch had something like that where you could actually have these like Wii games and different things like that, as well as GameCube games. It's unfortunate that they don't offer them now, but it's cool that they did on the Wii U. And yeah, they also highlight like Amiibo, then the 3DS games, and then Nintendo Switch games, which I think is interesting, or at least the Nintendo Switch videos here, which I think is pretty interesting since it's kind of like the next console kind of basically replacing the Wii U, but they still kind of have that advertising there. But yeah, there's a lot of games that will be inaccessible due to like the eShop shutting down. There's like a lot of indie games and things. Some of them aren't on the Switch, some of them haven't been ported. So there's like a lot of games that will be like, not necessarily lost because they have been archived, but not really accessible to like the average person. But yeah, just wanted to look through here. But yeah, I always thought it was cool how they highlighted Paper Mario, like specifically the artwork from Thousand Year Door there with, I believe, what is like 64 in the background with the background there. And also I wanted to look at eShop exclusives as well. Yeah, some of these are like pretty small games, like 149, some very small like shovelware, as well as some indie games mixed in. Art of Balance, I heard, is an interesting one, as well as the Pushmo games. Dr. Luigi. Pokemon Rumble U is kind of interesting, since that was kind of like the precursor to Amiibos, since it had like the little figures and everything. Yeah, apparently those figures weren't very successful, but still interesting to see on here. And then also these panorama view things. I completely forgot about these. I remember seeing these a while ago when I was just like looking through the eShop, but apparently the Wii U had like a lot of like apps and different things early on in like the console, everything. But yeah, there's not too many eShop exclusives here that are highlighted. I'm sure there are many more, but these are just the ones that they're kind of showcasing here. Then there's Fatal Frame. I heard some of the games were being ported to the Switch as well as other consoles. But yeah, so yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that the eShop will be shutting down. So yeah, you can check out my other video to see my full thoughts on it. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And make sure to check out my Discord server if you want to. Goodbye.